All right, I'm Chris Campbell. I'm a practicing CPA, and I work with small businesses and individuals to help them pay the least amount of taxes possible while keeping them out of jail. So today I wanted to talk about self-employed looking to get mortgages. This is for principal home. With investment property lending, that might be a difference, but I guess to an extent it can lend to that too if you're looking to get investment properties, because most of the time when you're getting those properties, unless it's a commercial sort of property, commercial properties tend to lend based upon the potential income, and your investment properties that aren't necessarily considered in commercial grade, 1, 2, 3 family, 4 family homes, they go based upon the income of the borrower. And if you're self-employed, the lending process is a bit different than those that might have a traditional job. If you have a traditional job, you can simply provide your pay stubs, your W-2s, and call it a day. Now, if you are self-employed, unless you're part of an S corporation and you pay yourself a salary, you can always present that. But for those that may have their companies in other forms, the process is a little different, and you have to show a lot more information. The main thing being the tax returns, and they want to see tax returns for a couple of years. Normally what I've seen through the process is you provide your tax returns for the last 2 years, and what I've seen most lenders do is they'll just average the net income from those 2 years, and then that's the income that the lender will use to determine how much of a home that you can afford. So with that, I wanted to give a couple of pointers for those that might be in the self-employed space, looking to secure a mortgage. Now, I had spoke about this in a previous video where you could obtain a no tax return mortgage, which is ideal if your taxable income may not be that great, but you have a pretty strong cash flowing business. That would be an opportunity to do the no tax return type of loan, but also understand that it's not the most ideal in the sense that you won't get the best interest rates. You're definitely going to pay a premium. If you're in a position to submit all your documents and get a fully documented loan, that's usually the best route to go if that option is available to you. So if you are going the fully documented route, a couple things that you need to keep in mind and consider. You don't want any surprises. So like you find your property, you're ready to close on your house, and then a tax situation pops up. So here's a couple things that you probably be armed with if you're self-employed and looking to purchase a property. The first thing is you got to make sure that all your tax returns are up to date. If you're self-employed, most traditional lenders, that's going to be the first thing that they're going to ask for once you tell them that you're self-employed. They're going to want to see the prior year tax returns. What you don't want to do is get behind and not file tax returns, to not be up to date, because they want to see the most recent too. You think you show the last couple of returns you filed, even though the last return you filed was like 3 years ago. That's not going to work. You got to be up to date. The next thing is your balances need to be paid. Traditional lenders will not close if you have an outstanding tax bill that has not been addressed, being that if you haven't paid it off, then you need to go and make sure that you're in some sort of payment agreement. You don't want to find yourself in a situation where you get to the closing table and your bill pops up and the lender says, I need you to close on this, so we'll create an agreement. But it's relatively quick now, at least with the IRS, because this applies to both IRS and state. So at least with the IRS, you can create a payment plan relatively quickly, assuming it's under $50,000. So if you're over $50,000, then it's a little more extensive. So if you do owe, and let's say you do owe more than $50,000, just pay what you need to get to get below the $50,000, and then create a payment plan based upon the $50,000. So get all of those things in order prior to securing the mortgage, and it'll make the process a lot easier, avoid a lot of surprises. So that's all for now. Relatively quick today. So if you have any more questions about this particular topic or any other tax accounting subject matter, feel free to reach out. Happy to. That's all for now, and I'll talk to you in the next one.